I don't have but 4 points. I'm really not in a big hurry, though. Why are souls still lost? Because too many have love for an easy message. Speak to us smooth things, Isaiah's contemporary said, Isaiah 30, verse 10. In Jeremiah's day, the prophets prophesied falsely, the priests followed their example, and the people loved to have it so. Jeremiah 5, 30 and 31. They received not a love of the truth that they might be saved, 2 Thessalonians 2. So they received instead strong delusion that they might believe a lie and be condemned. In John 12, 42 and 43, among the chief priests, many believed on Jesus, but they wouldn't confess him. They feared the Pharisees, lest they be put out of the synagogue. They loved an easy message. Hananiah, the false prophet, but the popular prophet, in Jeremiah 28, said, you see that yoke that's around Jeremiah's neck, indicating a yoke of bondage under Babylon for 70 years? He said, watch me. He takes the yoke off Jeremiah's neck and breaks it in pieces. And the people applaud him. He's their hero. He's the popular prophet. False but popular. Jeremiah, the true prophet, they hiss and boo him, want to kill him. He said, we're not going into captivity like Jeremiah says. And if we do, it won't be for 70 years, just be for 2 years the most. Jeremiah said, Hananiah, this year you shall die. And that year, the popular preacher died. And the truth held strong, and they went into captivity in Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar for 70 years. But the people who loved the popular, easy message are like those mentioned in 2 Timothy 4:3, and he's referring to brethren there who, having itching ears, seek preachers that will tickle or scratch their itching ears instead of do the work of an evangelist, instead of telling them the truth. There'll be a lot of people's souls lost in the day of judgment because they looked for and loved easy messages instead of the thundering power of truth. Last of all, there are going to be people lost in the day of judgment that should have been saved because of love for popularity. I'm going to talk to 2 groups here. I'm going to talk to preachers first. Men who would like to be a gospel preacher have to forget about being popular. You'll be respected and appreciated if you hold the truth, but you'll never be popular. Because the majority has always been lost and always will be. Few there be that find it. The righteous scarcely be saved. Where shall the sinner and the ungodly appear? 1 Peter chapter 4. So Paul said, am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? Galatians 4:16. If I were yet pleasing men, I should not be the servant of Christ. Galatians 1:10. And if I'm yet making myself a friend of the world, I'm yet an enemy of God. The clear-cut challenge of James 4:4. King Saul said, I feared the people and obeyed their voice. 1 Samuel chapter 15. So when preachers who claim to be gospel preachers have a deep love for being popular, they withhold the straightforward teaching and preaching the world of sinners needs. And when sinners want to be popular with the crowd and where they work in the neighborhood and engage in all the filth and foulness of the world, they crowd out the possibility of being saved by the pure, pristine beauty of New Testament Christianity. Heaven's love for lost souls. The early Christians' love for lost souls. The provision for salvation heaven has made, but then men are still lost. We have the key that can unlock the door of redemption for people unredeemed at this moment. And that's why we exist as a congregation. That's why we preach by radio and TV. That's why we train men to preach the word. And this congregation has a part in all of those noble endeavors. But each individual member needs to be a lover of lost souls too. I compliment you on your generosity and giving. We just need to dig down deeper. We need to learn the book. We need to share the truth with those about us who've never heard it. We need to hold up the banner of Prince Emmanuel, never apologize for the gospel. And one of these days, around the great white throne, ransomed souls will praise God for people in the Brown Trail congregation who love the souls of man. May God help us to be loyal and true to that challenge. We extend the Lord's invitation to lost men here and elsewhere. If you've never rendered obedience to the gospel of Christ,